I'm Muffin, and I'm half-ass ready. Look, I'm coming at you now with my second video. Kind of want to continue with what I was talking about the first time. I want to get into more technical stuff, what I'm doing while I'm prepping. But tonight I want to talk about the prepping mindset. My mindset, your mindset, anybody who's interested in getting, anybody who wants to figure out why we do what we do, why I think like I think. That's what I'm going to talk about. Got a lot going on here with learning how to do this. I've set myself a timer because honestly, I just don't want to go more than 10 minutes. I think I'm afraid of bored people, but I'm bad to go off on a tangent, okay? So, am I crazy? Are you crazy? Are we all crazy? Yeah, there's sometimes I think I am crazy. Spend a lot of money. I put a lot of effort into this. Yeah, there's days when I'm pretty sure I'm crazy. Love some of the reactions I get, when I'm talking to people about this, or they overhear a conversation that I have with someone who knows what I do and how I do. It's I get that wide-eyed, blank stare look, and I'm sure if you're thinking about prepping or you're talking about prepping and you're listening to me, you know what I'm talking about. Even members of my own family look at me like I'm crazy, and hopefully I am. I talk about this a lot. I talk to people who, especially when I spend some of the money I spend on some of the things I spend money on, people are, well, what are you going to do if it don't happen? Well, I'm going to be the happiest guy at the dumpster throwing away all the freeze-dried food that I have that you know. It will make me happy to throw it in the dumpster in 25 years if I make it that long. What if I'm right? What if, and the more I look, and after watching the Commode in Chief last night on the TV and all the rest of the dinosaurs we have located in Washington, D.C., I'm not banking on those guys to look out for me. You know what I'm saying? Frankly, I just hope they stay out of my way. I just don't, not banking on them to look out for me. Not really banking on anybody to look out for me. Which, a little self-reflection here. Am I paranoid? Am I just having paranoid delusions about what I see going on in the world? You tell me, man. You go to the grocery store, you watch TV, you watch the news, and I don't care which brand of news you watch. You keep watching it, and things just keep getting worse. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if I'm paranoid, or maybe I'm seeing things that other people don't. But I am what I am, and I don't feel good moving forward unless I'm taking care of myself and my family. That's just how I feel, and that's my job. That's your job, is to take care of the people you love. I call it a family. Some of us just have a tribe, people we love, and we want them to be safe. So, who do you trust? Who do I trust? Well, I trust my tribe. I trust my family. Um, Even though some of them think I'm crazy, some of them are going to think you're crazy. But when it comes down to it, man, when they need a place to go, when the shit hits the fan, and they come to you, they're your family, man, and you know that you can bank on them to pull their weight. Maybe they're not bringing supplies, but they're going to pull their weight, And do I trust the government? No, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to trust the government to make sure that the armed services are well trained and well armed, and make sure we have highways and transportation and railroad tracks, and But no, I don't trust the government when it comes to my daily life. I sat there last night and watched 600 people in the most powerful building in the whole world completely disconnected to what's going on in my life and your life. Completely disconnected. So I know, I'm not. It's the same thing at the state capitol in whatever state you're in. It's the same thing in the county seat in whatever county you're in. Uh, those guys aren't really. They're going to make sure 911's there for you until it's not. But they're not. I'm not banking on them to make sure I have food and shelter. Okay, that's just I'm not going to do it, and I hope you're not doing it either, or probably wouldn't be listening to me. So I'm going to move forward with what I believe. I'm going to do what I do. Not money I'm ever going to see again. I'm going to eat it, with the food I have. But I mean, again, we talked about it first video. I'm going to talk about it a lot. You'll hear me say this a lot. 3 days is not enough. 3 days is not enough. If you're prepared for 3 days, you're prepared for failure. So, but I'm going to get into later on. I have a syllabus, and I know y'all see me keep peeking down here looking at this piece of paper beside me. And I don't have my glasses on, so I wrote it really big so I wouldn't have to wear them. But I've got a syllabus of episodes that I want to tape, and I want to start releasing these every Friday. Again, I want to try to stay under 10 minutes. Now, when I get into some of the technical stuff, when we start talking about canning food, preserving food, things like that, maybe they go a little longer because we need some. You need some technical help. I need some technical help. Whatever. But I want to go into prepping 101 because when I started prepping, even though, again, I've been a prepper all my life, didn't even realize I was a prepper. I mean, I grew up very country and grew up with making jelly and canning and gardening and these things. My family, we do that. And I'm blessed with an 83-year-old mother who is absolutely wonderful. She's taught me so much in the last few years that I should have learned when I was a kid. But I've always been a prepper. But so I got to the point where there were people like me. I call them the lists, right? The prepper list. You've all seen them. There's these lists. The government even has one. FEMA even has one. Of course, it only prepares you for 3 days, but 3 days is not enough, by the way. So there's all these lists of things you need to do, right? Things that you need, and those are cool. It's a great place to start. It gets you thinking. But then there's these guys on the YouTube channels and on the they have their own podcasts and stuff, and they're like super preppers, man. They've got solar setups and all that, and I want to be there, right? I want to be there, but I'm not there. So I'm in between these two places, and I'm sure you are too, or you wouldn't be listening to me, right? So I'm going to share my journey with you. I want you to share your journey with me. Drop some comments, man. Things you think of that I need to talk about, things you want me to talk about. If you want me to shut up, you can put that comment in there too. I don't really care. Everybody else is after my First Amendment rights, so, and my Second Amendment right. We're going to talk about Second Amendment rights too. I keep a copy of the Constitution in my truck and in my home. So, I've always thought of myself as a constitutional scholar. Maybe I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but, the Constitution's important. I hope you all have a copy of it too. But we're going to talk about Constitution. We're going to talk about things as we go. Don't want to try to talk about it all tonight, right? So, again, I'm muffin. I'm half-ass ready. And so, tell the ones you love them. And let's get full-ass ready.